riddled 49ers. How riddled, you ask? Impact players, both sides of the ball, missing, including now Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle, both injured, both out indefinitely. So what does this mean for Jimmy G? Well, this is the third time in the last 5 seasons that he has dealt with a serious injury. His $24 million base salary not guaranteed for next season. So, Brandon, they tell me the best ability is availability. Should the 49ers move on from Jimmy G?
Well, first of all, you never want to see a guy injured. Playing in the NFL, it's inevitable. We all get injured, so don't want to see that. But when you get an opportunity to upgrade a Kyle Shanahan's offense, you take advantage of it, and they can easily upgrade this offense. But I am excited to hear Nick Wright's take. You know, when we have these debates and these discussions about quarterbacks, I don't know where he's coming from. It's like really good quarterbacks, he crushes them. Really bad quarterbacks, he finds a way to show them love. So I'm actually more excited to hear your take, than mine. Yeah. For me, I love Kyle Shanahan. I love Kyle Shanahan because he's the reason why I was drafted. I flew into the Houston Texans for pre-draft work. And Kyle Shanahan looked at me and said, look, Brendan, we just took Eric Moles. He's signing today. We're not going to draft you. So what do you want to do? You just want to watch film? Let's talk a little football. So we talked a little football, talked a little shop. I leave. I'm scheduled to go back to Florida. And then all of a sudden I get a call from my agent saying you're now going to Denver. Kyle Shanahan called his dad and said, you need to take this guy. Fast forward to the draft. I was drafted in the 4th round. That offense is special. That's one of the reasons why I was set up for success as a player, because of his dad. Now you take Kyle Shanahan, who took Coach Shanahan, Mike Shanahan's offense, and put so much more behind it. This guy has the perfect mix of attitude, X's and O's to take an offense, take a team to the next level. And Jimmy G is holding them back, Nick.
Right, and that's why they got to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo, because he's playing with a cheat code offense, and he still can't even get past the first level boss. Like, sorry, he's not very good, guys. He's just not. Oh my God, but he played in a Super Bowl. Yep. So did Jared Goff. He ain't that good either. Nick Foles won one. He stinks. So sometimes we can't just be results-oriented. How many games did the team win? We got to watch the play. And you know how I know Jimmy Garoppolo's not that good? Because the Niners told us this offseason, when they not only flirted with adding Tom Brady, but admitted to it publicly. It's like, well, do we want to add a guy who's 12 years older than this quarterback who just took us to the Super Bowl? Maybe. Let's have multiple meetings about it. Let's discuss it long. That's what happened. And so the contract is as such, as Jenna alluded to. It's $2 million of dead money to move on from him this offseason. And if I'm John Lynch running a team that has Kyle Shanahan's offense, as the leading factor on that side of the ball, I want to have one of two things at quarterback. I either want what everybody wants, which is a star, or as cheap as can be. Because guess what, Wilds? They're going to go to Nick Mullins this week, and the offense is going to look the same. So I think that you don't need a great quarterback in this offense, and if you don't have a great quarterback, then spend the money elsewhere. So I say unequivocally, absolutely yes, this should be the end for Jimmy Garoppolo after this season in San Francisco.
So my big takeaway from that is results don't matter, right? The guy wins games, doesn't matter if he wins games, doesn't matter if he gets a Super Bowl. Brandon, what's the point of all of this then? What's the point of playing in the NFL? What are you supposed to do?
Wait,
you said about Baker, what are you supposed to do?
Wilds, wait. Win
the Super Bowl.
No, mute button.
Okay.
Mute him.
Go ahead.
It's to win games,
Win the
right?
Super
You were
Bowl.
like, Baker has to win games.
That's right.
Win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
He almost won the Super Bowl. He's 26-9. He's won 74% of his games, which granted is less than like Secretariat and Mike Tyson, but it's more than Bill Belichick. So he's 2-0 Patriots, 5-0, 1-2, 13-3, 3-3, and 2-1 in the playoffs. Like, what is out there, Nick? We're like, act like, I'd move on. I'm going to move on. And Nick will like, okay. So when it goes bad, and you're like, wow, why did we give up the quarterback that was 26-9 for a guy named Nick Mullins?
Well, here's the issue is because exactly what you said, the goal is to win the Super Bowl. And this is a guy that can help you maintain, but he can get you over the edge. Go back to last year. Go back to the last couple years. They went from throwing it around the field, throwing it around the yard, to literally him throwing it 12, 15 times a game. It was almost like the Baker Mayfield flow, where it's like, oh, we found our identity. Let's just run the ball and play action. That's what this guy does, Jimmy G. He can easily go out there and throw it for 30 times a game, 300 yards a game, but he's just not capable of doing that. So that's why I think they're exploring moving on, and that's why if the right opportunity approaches itself, Nick, they probably will pull the trigger.
Yeah. Wilds, I got an answer to your question, Wilds. Okay. Do you know who Michael Frater is? I'd be certain. It's not a trick question. The answer is probably no. Okay. He's, in his career, has never lost a 4x100 relay. He's undefeated. You know why? Because he gets to run with Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell. So his record, hey, let's win golds. Hey, Michael Frater, he's got to be one of the greatest track and field performers ever.
Sounds good.
Or he just happened to be right place, right time with some all-timers. Jimmy Garoppolo has gotten to steward the ship for 6 quarters under Bill Belichick, and then in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan's offense, with Hall of Fame left tackle, with Nicky Bosa, with Richard Sherman as of late, with all those first-round picks on the defensive line. Right. And so it cannot just be quarterback wins with a Z. It's got to be a little more nuanced. And by the way, folks have no problem doing the nuance in the other direction. Does anyone think Joe Burrow has stunk this year? Anyone unveiling that take? Joe Burrow, bust. Bengals have won twice. No. Because we're like, okay, they haven't won, but it hasn't been his fault. Yeah. Justin Herbert as well, Jenna. Well, they keep blowing these leads. Herbert must be terrible. It's like, nope, we watch the games. Quarterback's excellent. You got to be able to do it in the other direction. You got to be able to say that, you know what? Golf is, I throw golf in this bucket as well. Not any good.
Can I ask a question? Real quick, can I ask a question?
Oh, here we go. Baker.
Isn't that Baker Mayfield?
Yeah,
Isn't that Baker Mayfield?
I knew it. I knew it.
Isn't that Baker Mayfield?
I knew Baker.
No.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew Baker was coming up. I knew it.
Here's what I think. I say Kyle Shanahan goes out and gets Matty Ryan, brings him back when they reunite for a little magic.
It's a great take, Jenna.
All right, time now for a little.
Great take.
Time now for a little now. Thank you, Nick. New Sixers president Daryl Morey tweeted out a screenshot FaceTiming with his new star Joel Embiid. Check out the shot of Embiid and tell me how happy this guy looks. Clearly, Morey not mentioning the words small ball to his 7-footer. Also hot. Nick, you in or out on FaceTiming with your new boss?
Oh, I'm absolutely in on it. I think it's a great job by Joel